Those of you who got an invite, welcome to Nerd Prom.
No matter where in the world you are, we're all Nerds International. With the hyphen.
All right, YouTube, it's Mr. Mean coming at you from very sunny slip of the tongue, from very sunny Duluth, Minnesota. The weather is gorgeous here. The humidity's up a little bit, but it is really nice today. Nice cool day. Anyway, today's video du jour going out to all my Patreon members. Remember, if you want to get my videos first and before everybody else, become a Patreon. Links are in the doobly-doo. If not, you got to wait 7 days. So this will be posted next Monday on YouTube, and you'll be able to see it then for free. But today's video du jour, going way back in the vaults, not too far back, 2012, FASA, Earthdawn, Savage Worlds Edition. So I was trolling on G+, reading some of the comments and stuff from my Nerds International brothers and sisters, and I came across my friend Eric was asking about other flavors of Earthdawn, and I remembered having this in my collection. That's what sparked today's video. So wanted to go about it and talk about it a little bit. I did go on to rpgnow.com and see that you can still buy this. They're a little bit cheaper than the cover price because it's PDFs, and you can do the print on demand for a couple dollars cheaper. So I would say go. I don't know if you can physically. I don't think these are still sold in stores anymore, which is probably a good thing because I don't think they would sell very well. You guys know when I do my reviews, I try to be honest. I try to be positive, but I'm also very bluntly honest. And today's we have good reviews, we have bad reviews, and then we have meh reviews. Today's review falls in the meh category, and we'll go over why, but keep watching. There were 5 books put out for the Earthdawn Savage Worlds edition. This was produced by FASA. I think it's one of the last things they did before they kind of went under. And I'm not even sure, because I remember buying this through a company called Redline, and I don't even know if they're still in business. I looked on the web, but I didn't look very hard because, well, Mr. Mean's lazy. But like I said, you can get all these books through DriveThruRPG. And there's 5 books in this series. I only have 4. So the first book is the Game Master's Guide. All of these books have very comprehensive indexes and table of contents. So that's good. The Game Master's Guide weighs in at 255 pages, which is pretty solid. And you can see it's pretty small form factor, soft back. It's really well put together as far as the physicality of the book. The second book in the series is the Player's Guide to Earthdawn, and it weighs in at 287 pages. And then we have book 1 and book 2 of the Dizzians of Barsay. This is kind of like your world guide. Barsay is the main city, continent, if I remember. I don't even remember. It's been so long. But this is the main land of where everything's take place. And then the 5th book in the series is the monster manual, basically, the Creatures of Barsay. I don't have that book, but you can buy it still through DriveThruRPG. This is not a plug for DriveThru, but I do use them for a lot of stuff, and a lot of game manufacturers and stuff that want me to do reviews will send me PDF copies through DriveThru, so I support them. RPG Now and DriveThru, pretty much the same company. So you can buy these on DriveThru or RPG Now for a couple dollars off the regular price, and you can get them print on demand as well. So, who's this for? This is for A, fans of Earthdawn, and B, fans of Savage Worlds. Do they work? No. And that's pretty heavy no. But why don't they work? Well, it seems, and someone said it on the RPG Now review. They did a review of the product. There was about 5 reviews on there. You guys can go check for yourself. But there was one 5-star review, and I was like, oh, hell no. This is not a 5-star review, because literally this is a cut and paste of what looks to me to be 1st or 2nd edition, because it's all flavor text. It's all fluff that has been cut and pasted. That being said, the layout of the book is gorgeous. For a little paperback, it's done really well. The art follows through, as you can see. Here's a page. One of these problems with these soft spine books is it's not going to lay flat. It's going to close on you. So keep that in mind if you're that kind of GM that likes to keep books open. This is definitely your post-it note tabs or bookmarks that will come in handy for this. But the people who wrote this did not have a very strong understanding of Savage Worlds mechanics. It is first edition material. It says it right in here in the cover, and it gives credit to the people. Robin D. Laws is one of the guys that Nigel D. Finlay, he wrote a lot of Shadowrun fiction and Earthdawn fiction. Some playtesters, I'm not going to mention the names, but I think you guys need to reread Savage Worlds and learn how it works. Internet is fossagames.com. So yeah, this was edition was published in July of 2012. So the layout was done by Don Sutton and James Sutton. They did a great job. I mean, I like the physical layout of the book. I like the way the pages look. It's easy to read. The art is clear and concise. You know, with me, that's a pet peeve. It's done in that. I mean, it's literally cut and pasted from first edition Earthdawn. All they did was pull out the rules section and put in the Savage Worlds rules. But unfortunately, like I said, and some of the reviewers also noted, these people did not have a clear and concise understanding of Savage Worlds rules. That being said, is it a bad game? Only you can tell that. I'm a firm believer in not telling you it's a bad game unless it is just literally atrocious. And even then, I know people that play games that they feel or I feel are atrocious, and they play them and love them. So your mileage may vary, as the old saying goes. I will say that this is not the version of Earthdawn for me, and those that have watched my channel know I'm a huge Savage Worlds fan. I do like a high fantasy, dark fantasy, and that's what this kind of falls into of Earthdawn. If you don't know much about the Earthdawn setting, and my memories are vague, it's been years since I've read anything or played anything on Earthdawn, but basically magic was running rampant through the land. Everything was good. We used magic for a lot of stuff. Well, we used a little too much magic, and what happened is we released these creatures, and they have a specific name for them, and I apologize, I don't remember that name. If you remember, the Scourge, that's what it is. And all these horrors, they call them horrors, and the Scourge is the event that happened, and basically these giant magical monsters from another dimension, basically Cthulhu, came in and started eating everybody and killing and turning the world into a horrific place. And so people retreated underground. That was the only place they could go, in these great big cairns. And they locked themselves away for generations, hundreds of years. Well, the first cairn opens, which I believe is Barsave, and the players, you guys, come out of the cairns, and you start to, the world has changed. It's reverted back to almost a primordial state. The wildlife, the fauna, everything, it's almost like jungles, and of course, where there were great oceans, now there's deserts and so on and so forth. So the world has changed 180 degrees, and you come out into this world, and so society is flowing back forth to the surface. Most of the horrors have died. They've all fought each other and killed each other. And all right, guys, sorry for that pause there. Hopefully we'll do a transition out of the video. But getting back to Earthdawn Savage Worlds Edition, again, I go back to, I don't think these guys had a very clear grasp of the rules, from what I read and from the reviews I read. But it is an option, and if you're willing to overlook that and maybe adjust the rules to your flavor, and every GM does that, we omit certain rules, we add other things. It's what we do to make the game our own. You've got it. But does that mean you need to go out and spend, $30 a book, for 2 books, and then another $20 per book? I mean, you're looking at over $100. No, I think you can go buy first or second edition Earthdawn at your discount bin at your local game store or off of eBay or whatever, and then just bring in the Savage Worlds rules and make it fit yourself. If you get the Fantasy Companion from Savage Worlds, which are all available on DriveThruRPG or RPG Now or your favorite local game store, you can get those copies in PDF or hard copy, and then pick up a discount copy of Earthdawn, first or second edition, and boom, you can go from there. If you don't like the Earthdawn rules, I don't particularly care for them. That's just me. Now, I understand there's a 4th edition of Earthdawn out, and they've streamlined the rules. I don't know. I don't have a copy of it. I didn't have an interest in it, so I didn't pick it up. It's not in my wheelhouse. But that being said, I honestly hate to say this, but I will say I think it would be better for you to spend your money on the 4th edition. Unless you're just die hard and you want the Savage Worlds version, then this is your only option as it stands right now. But again, I would say pick up a 1st edition or 2nd edition copy of Earthdawn hardback. They're available all over the place. And then just pick up your Savage Worlds core rulebook and your fantasy companion, and boom, you're good to go. You can literally pick out everything in there and turn them into talents and feats, or talents, perks, and flaws, advantages or disadvantages. Too many game systems in my head. Savage Worlds uses advantages and disadvantages. And you could go from there, and I think you'd be just as well served as opposed to having a poor quality set of rules. Now, that being said, the physical quality of the books I think is awesome. I love the digest size. I like that they're softback. Like I said before, they won't lay flat. They will close up on you, so bookmarks are going to be a necessity. But the art and everything is ripped literally right out of 1st, 2nd edition Earthdawn. So if you like that style of art, if you like that feel of the book, then you're definitely going to have it here, and it won't be any problem. I mean, I love the Gaelic or Celtic looking style that they do on their books for some of these characters. It just works, you know, and I think you'll be well served as far as if you're just buying it for fluff and you can find them at a discounted price. I would get them, but as far as it being a straight up Savage Worlds fair interpretation of the rules, I don't think it is. Sorry for the noise. We have a lot of loud cars here, and we don't have central air, so we got to keep our windows open for air circulation. So that's my take on Earthdawn Savage Worlds. Is it a buy? No. Is it a must-have in your library? No. Is it a nice-to-have? Yes. If you come across the books on the cheap, or you're a fan of print-on-demand from Drive-Thru or RPG Now, then yeah, and you've got the disposable income, pick it up. It's a good read, but you could also pick up a used copy of Earthdawn 1st edition for probably under $10, you know, or a PDF copy off of Drive-Thru, and you can read it that way. I personally don't like reading on screen, and I don't like reading PDF. Like, I have a Kindle. I have a Fire HD 8-inch Kindle. I love it. As a tablet, it works great. As a reading device, I don't particularly like it. But that's just me. My eyes are old, and I'm a grognard. I like physical books. So for me, these are good because they sit nice in my collection. They look nice on my shelf, and they're a good read. And now I've got the urge to go back and read them. So thank you, Eric, for doing that for me, fellow Nerds International brother. So there you go. Now, so we've gone through that a little bit about the Patreon channel. Obviously, there's links down in the doobly-doo, and you can. There's also a Pay Me account from PayPal that you can click on if you want to send me a one-time thank you. All that money goes to help defer the cost of running the channel and buying all these books and putting food in my kids' belly and all that fun stuff. And I appreciate all the help that you guys give. We're coming up. I'm trying to get Sean Gomes from Uncharted Worlds, which is a dungeon world or powered by the apocalypse type game. He wrote and produced a game called Uncharted Worlds, and I have a review. Go check it out back in the archives. I'm trying to get him on the channel, and those of you that are at the $15 level Patreon will be able to sit in on a live chat with him if it's convenient for his schedule. And if you can't sit in, you'll still get it before everybody else does. Those of you at the $10 level and above will get put in for a drawing to get a free copy of the game. And those of you at the $5 level, well, you just get to watch the video. Lucky you. But you still get it 7 days earlier than YouTube and the rest of the world. You get my Patreon subscribers get my stuff a week early. So hopefully you've got a chance to go back and look at my review of Meta Barons and Mithras. Mithras will be going out today to the rest of YouTube and being posted on the various channels for exposure, but hopefully you watched that and you enjoyed it. As always, I love feedback. If there's a game you want reviewed, A, send me a copy. That always helps. B, send me a link to information on it, and I'll look at it and possibly be able to get it on the channel. So, and as of course, as always, like and subscribe and tell your friends and have them sign up and become Patreon. Better yet, give a Patreon gift to one of your friends that you think would like my reviews. That's even cooler. So anyway, as always, peace and hair grease. And remember, be nice.